Warning. Broken simulation. Broken simulation. With Sam Tripoli.
Welcome to Broken Simulation. I'm Sam Tripoli, and welcome to Broken Simulation starring Johnny Woodard and his trusty sidekick, Sweet Sammy T. How are you, Johnny? Thanks for letting me be on your show.
Sweet Sammy T, is that real? Is that a thing?
Occasionally I put Sammy T on my emails.
Sweet Sammy T?
Sweet Sammy T.
Sweet.
I don't know. I'm throwing it. Maybe I was a basketball player from the 1950s.
That's a disc jockey name for sure.
Maybe I was the only white guy that was allowed to play in the Negro leagues back in the day. Is there ever that story? The guy who refused to play in the regular league and just only wanted to play in the Negro league?
Yeah, there's got to be. You hear about those kids that go to these all-black universities and stuff?
And he becomes quarterback.
Well, yeah. I don't know about that. But
no, dude, that's the story. He goes through and he ends up being quarterback for the team.
No, I just know at historically black universities, there's some funny stories about these guys that go there. And
a buddy of mine that I just saw in Austin, and real quick, shout out to Austin. Thank you guys for coming out to the Romo Room. We were the first show to pre-show sell out at that club. It's a brand new club, and we're the first ones to pre-sell it out on the Saturday show. So thank you all for coming. It was great. I got to, well, we'll get into it, but I really quickly want to get into, I got to see a buddy of mine named Anthony came and saw me. He's from upstate New York, and
He came all the way down there?
No, but he lives out there.
Oh.
And he was telling me that he went and got his degree from an all-female college.
What?
Yeah, he said it was like 10-1. Like, I mean, it was like all chicks.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it does. Does it? Does it sound awesome?
Yeah, sure.
Women sync up a lot. I feel like every class, anytime you brought up something and one woman disagreed with you, the whole class disagreed with you.
Yeah.
It could be really weird because women love to argue with women, except for when it comes to what? Men.
Yeah, but when they're all, looking for dudes and there's none around, then you're the
Yeah, but
guy.
in college, if they're not finding dudes, what are they finding? Chicks.
Yeah, but
There's a lot of scissor sistering in college, especially in all lady colleges, which in 2021 is so insane that exists. Like, they want us to get so mad at the fact that there's no female members at the Masters. Like, anyone cares. Like, they're trying to make that into something, right? Isn't that hilarious? They're trying to make that into something. And the truth of the matter is, it's just like the only people we're fighting to get in there are like rich women. So like, why do we care?
Yeah.
It's not going to be like the girl at the drive-thru at Burger King is going to be able to play around at Augusta.
Well, here's a story. It says Augusta National admits women for first time in club's 80-year history. And this was in 2012. It said, of course, they invited Condoleezza Rice. And
Yeah, right. It's like, listen, if you're going to be a woman and we have to let you in, you have to be behind a giant genocide to come in. I love how we all act like that woman just wasn't a part of a giant lie, right?
She's one of those smiling killers, man.
Right? It's just unbelievable.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. Oh, so Dave Smith has a great podcast. You know who Dave Smith is? Legion's Kings.
Yeah, I really like Dave Smith.
Libertarian.
Yeah, big time.
He had a gentleman on. I'm not quite sure what the book is, so my apologies. Let me see real quick.
We had him on Tinfoil Hat, Dave Smith.
I should have him back because I really like a lot of the stuff. It's very interesting. There's a lot of people I have on the show that don't necessarily invite me to be on their show, which makes me think that everyone thinks I'm a crazy person.
That's rude, yeah.
It's not rude. I like the worst thing I can believe. The worst thing that can happen to you is forcing your way onto a podcast where somebody doesn't want you on, right? Like, that's why I'm never like, dude, come on.
Yeah.
If you don't want me on, I'm not coming, and I'm fine with it. And I'm so inundated with my own podcast that's hard to do other people's podcasts.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, Sam, his life is just 90% talking
about. I'm starting to do podcasts about my podcast.
You really should. You'd really. It's funny because there are still more things you could do. I was thinking the other day it would be great to do YouTube series where it's just you, because you know how you're so ADD when we're on the internet,
yeah,
where you just kind of go down YouTube rabbit holes,
yeah,
and we just watch you watch YouTube for like an hour.
That'd be hilarious.
You know what I mean? Yeah, and you're like, oh shit, what's that? You know.
Add that to the list of 90 shows.
I know. That's what and then I was like, what am I gonna do? Make Sam do another show?
Okay, real quick, John, before we get into the action, because there's a lot to talk about. Okay, I want everybody to come see me live. The shows have been amazing, so if you want to see me live, I'm going to be in Phoenix, Arizona, April 22nd, 23rd, 24th, whatever it is, that Friday, that Thursday, Friday, Saturday. Okay, I believe that's April 22nd, 23rd. Okay, I'm going to be there.
22nd is Thursday, 23rd.
Yeah, 22nd, 23rd, 24th. And you can get those tickets at samtripoli.com. And then the following week, the 29th, 30th, and May 1st, I am going to be in Indianapolis at Helium's. Come see me. Tickets have been flying, selling out shows. Thank you so much for being a part of it. And if you want tickets, just go to samtripoli.com.
Also, if you want to get the unedited version of this podcast, go to rockfan.com/brokensimulation or patreon.com/brokensimulation. You can get it there. And please do us a favor, rate and review the show. It really helps you. If you like it, please do that. If you don't like it, please don't do it.
Dave Smith has a podcast called Part of the Problem, right?
Part of the Problem. That's a good name.
And he had this gentleman on named Ben, Burgis. Burgis?
Burgis. Yeah, Burgess or Burgess.
Burgess, okay. And he had written a book. And in the book, he talked about how the Louis C.K., right, sent Joe Biden's election group money for the election.
Okay.
And Joe Biden sent the money back because they didn't want Louis C.K.'s money. And this gentleman's whole point is like, in a world where it should be right, what should be right is when Louis C.K. doesn't want to be associated with Joe Biden because of all the bullshit he's pulled. Because when all Louis C.K. has done is he's jerked off in front of a couple chicks, right?
That he asked first, yeah.
Yeah, and that, well, that's, I don't want to get into that necessarily. You know, but the point is, like, Joe Biden's locked up a ton of black people. You know, the Patriot bill, his crime bill.
He's drone people.
He's drone people. Now, who knows what's running that guy, right?
Yeah.
But it's like, that's kind of the funny stuff right there. And that is that it's just like,
that's hilarious, yeah.
Right? It's just weird. And my whole thing is like, I think Louis C.K.'s one of the great comics ever, right?
For sure.
And it's just like, why is he sending Joe Biden money? Like,
well, yeah, I mean, he's enabling.
That's the group that clipped you, dude.
Yeah, he's enabling the people who destroyed his career. Yeah.
In this hopes of maybe being let back in. And I don't want to do it because I don't want to add to anything, but it's just like, what are you doing, dude?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I don't know, man. I can't even get into it because, you know, it could be like somebody in his life that pressured him to do it. You know what I mean? You never know with that kind of, with like donations like that.
I mean, imagine going to somebody who lost everything, go, dude, give Joe Biden some money, bro. You're like, what? I just lost everything. No, give him some money.
Like it could be like a girl. You know, I'm thinking. I'll tell you what I'm thinking. I'm thinking
Okay,
maybe he's got a girlfriend, and she's like, Louis, we need to give to Joe Biden's campaign, and he just got tired of hearing of it after a couple of weeks, and he's like, okay, I'll give her $2,000. Give him $2,000.
That's a good point. I mean, it's fine. I don't know anybody would do that to somebody who just got clipped like that. Like, that sounds to me like, just keep your cash, dude.
Yeah, but maybe that's why she's dating him. She's the only woman in fucking New York who hasn't heard that about his whole thing.
Yeah, that's so funny. You know, there's someone out there who's like, what?
Yeah.
Who's Hitler?
Louis who?
What? Hitler did what?
Yeah.
There's somebody out there. Like, you ever hear the story about how Roseanne didn't know about 9/11 till like 2 weeks after?
Yeah, because she was away or something.
She's in a cabin just chilling.
Yeah.
Which is such a, just like kind of what I'm getting myself into, which is it's so funny. There's so much I want to talk about. It's like, I got kicked off Twitter again, right?
Congratulations, Sam.
Thank you.
Kicked off Twitter for what, how many times?
I mean, no, that's not the song. I don't like that sound effect.
I'm looking for this.
There we go. Probably 4 or 5. Thank you.
Is it a hard kicking, you think? Are you done? Is that account toast?
Well, here's the weird thing. I go back. Everything's there except for my number of people I follow and the number of people who follow me. But the account in terms of what I've tweeted still there and people I follow. So I could be let back in about a week and a half.
You have been properly eliminated from Twitter before. Is that different? Does it delete everything when you get truly kicked out? It does. Okay.
Yeah.
You just.
But I don't know if I'll be back.
You can't log in. Or
but if I do get back, I can totally log in.
Can we talk about why you think you got?
Yeah, there's a couple things. Well, John, I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I've kind of like I don't want to get into it. It's just like I've learned some lessons lately. Let's just say
go on. No, come on, man.
No, just it's just like the truth is that the blessings of my life is that I've gotten, I'm starting to live, the dreams I've always wanted to live. And with that comes a little more exposure. And with that is like your actions have more weight.
And they affect you in the pocket.
Not in the pocket,
wallet,
but necessarily the reach and who you could, a lot of stuff. Okay. So, teeing off on some people.
No, but what I mean is you're losing an opportunity to share your show with people really as well.
That's what I'm doing. So if you ask Sam, what do you miss about being on Twitter? Just to promote my shows.
Yeah.
That's all I really care about.
That's tough.
And so, I mean, if I do come back, I think Twitter's just going to be like Facebook to me now, where I just drop my links and get in, get out.
Because it's just the temptation for you to go out and
hunt
heads. Yeah.
Oh, I love it.
It's undeniable, right?
Yeah.
You just can't.
Yeah. But it's like, I just want to be in a different place.
You're going to do that Ari thing? I know Ari, if you remember, he emails this woman and then she tweets out.
Yeah, I think I'm going to do that. I have a friend of mine who does social media. I'm thinking about doing that. And just control. But a lot of things I want to get into. A lot of stuff. I mean, what was I talking about?
It's been a couple weeks since we recorded. Yeah.
There's a lot of stuff I want to talk about. Things we kind of got into already, with Louis C.K. and all this stuff, I've consciously made a decision to take some female comics on the road with me, which in 2021 is dangerous.
Brave.
That's done dangerous shit.
Yeah, brave.
It is brave.
Yeah, for you.
And like people can say whatever they want, and women get real quiet when I say it is brave because I like these comics I'm bringing out. I think they're funny people, but it's like you just know what's going to happen. So I have to literally set up a whole situation in which...
What, you put pillows in the middle of the bed? Is that
no, not even close, Johnny. No, you can't even do that, dude.
No, I'm sure.
Because it doesn't matter what happens today, and the people I'm bringing out are wonderful people. I don't think this is who they are, obviously, or else I wouldn't take them out, right? Yeah. But it's like I was saying to Brian Callen, female comics are like white tigers. All right?
Go on.
Yeah, they look super majestic, right? But you never know when they're going to turn on you.
You never know when they're going to eat your face.
Yeah, just turn around and fucking try to kill you.
Yeah, okay.
And it's just how it's going. And it sucks because it makes the natural relationship between an established comic and an up-and-coming comic change. And I'm not talking sexual. I'm just talking helping grow opportunities.
Yeah, it's that way in any business now, isn't it? I mean, people with power and then... Or, people that are higher up in their career, you know what I mean? Like, they got to be careful.
And it's just like you could do everything right, and then suddenly they just turn, and it means nothing.
And you never know what somebody's going to take is like you trying to leverage your position for favors or something.
Because I have this theory, Johnny, that women have won the internet. They have won the internet.
Go on.
I mean, if you really take a look at like what the internet has done to women, for women, it's empowered them. It's allowed them to connect.
OnlyFans.
Well, I mean, like, if you look at like, okay, the internet was the giant leap for pornography. Some would even say porn is the big reason why the internet grew so quickly.
Yeah.
Right? And at some point, these porn stars realized, like, I don't need to be on your porn site. I could be on my own porn site. People are coming to see me do all the stuff, not to see you do all the stuff. So these guys, like, they start dating some guy. I always say it looks like Red Band, right? There's always some, like, Belladonna always has their own Red Band, right?
Yeah.
Who, and I love Red Band.
Shit,
big shout out to Brian Red Band, Tony Hinchcliffe on the Big 500. We'll get into that later.
Okay.
But, so the Big 500 for Kill Tony. It was amazing. They were at the Paramount in Austin, which was a lot of fun. So they always had these, and then they create their own website. And then we go a little step farther. We go to OnlyFans, which some people could see as like, oh, this is just disgusting and stuff. But it's like, these are women who are willingly wanting to do something, taking control of their life.
Yeah,
right?
I know. I mean, a lot of female comedians. I saw Kate Quigley was on to on OnlyFans.
Right.
Although I did see, like, I visited, I have to say, and her second post was like, if you want to see nudes, check somewhere else. They're not going to be here. then we heard this one.
Well, I mean, that's a whole different discussion.
Yeah,
and
is it?
you know, you're seeing a lot of women wanting to go over to OnlyFans to do content, and I'm like, okay, that's great.
That's what Patreon's for.
Well, it's just like, I mean,
That's
here's
it's
the
what
thing.
they're doing. What they did to Tinder, though. Remember, Tinder started out. That was meant to be a hookup app, dude.
Yeah, but it was never going to be a hookup app because that's not how women operate.
Well, and then women just the mainstream women got in there, and then they just started putting in their profiles. If you're looking for a hookup, just swipe left,
Yeah,
baby.
yeah,
Just swipe
yeah,
left.
yeah,
And now
yeah,
that's what
yeah,
they're doing
yeah,
on OnlyFans.
yeah,
If you
yeah.
want nudes, go somewhere else, boys.
like everyone's like, it's going to be the straight grinder. There'll never be a straight grinder.
Yeah, exactly.
Grinder only happens because it's dudes and nobody's playing defense.
We gotta
It's
get our
all
trans.
offense.
We gotta get our trans numbers up.
We gotta get our trans numbers up,
Yeah, that's
right? That's it. You want chicks who fuck in a drop? They're called trans. Enjoy them. If they have vaginas, they're playing defense, right? That's what they do. They play defense. That's their whole thing. Unless you're an incredibly good-looking guy, then it's like you become the hunted,
or rich.
super rich,
Yeah,
or
super rich, yeah.
or super good-looking.
Yeah.
Like it's just shooting fish in a barrel, right? You know, and they're now trying to, like, OnlyFans is now trying to do comedy. It's like, if I was a woman, would I want to put my comedy special on OnlyFans? Like, every comment's gonna be like, and you didn't suck a dick once? And you'd
No,
be like
yeah.
so angry at it because I could see it. Be like, dude, why don't
Wait,
dude,
so
this
what do you mean they're trying to do comedy? Are you saying they're like recruiting female comedians?
I think
to
they're
create accounts?
trying to bring more mainstream stuff over there,
Okay.
which is what every porn site tries to do eventually. But it's just like, how long does that take? Will there ever be a time where OnlyFans, Johnny, be honest, is there ever a time where OnlyFans is not associated with pornography?
No.
And no matter how much these girls go on there and start putting their Instagram, trying to charge people $5,
Yeah.
it's never going to last. Because eventually guys are going to be like, dude, I could just see this on Instagram. Go fuck
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah.
And that is the hilarious thing about females. Like, they think you should pay them for their Instagram pictures of them in a bikini.
Well, no, it's because
some of them do think that, right?
That's the way life has been set up. I mean, you want to date a girl, you have to, at least the way
Well,
it was, you have to pay for dinner and all this. I mean, there's
Johnny,
serious
I'm
possible-
convinced that's why the most people don't want prostitution fully legal, because then everything between a man and woman could become a transaction.
Yeah, yeah, you're totally right. Yeah.
You know, and that's what they're worried about. You know, it's like, I think the Cash App was just made so chicks could get $50 for Plan B. You know. right. So I'm bringing out because I think women won the internet. I think like the Me Too movement is like, if we take a step back and we look at what women are able to come together and support each other. Now, what's happened is, because like every movement, it gets co-opted by people who have their own self-interest, right?
Yeah.
Right? And then they start and then it just start coming forward. And it's like, I put out this. Can you find my Instagram real quick?
Yeah, sure. Go ahead.
If you go to my Instagram, I put out this this Instagram post, and it's just like,
Makes sense.
yeah, I went on Instagram and put an Instagram post on, which is
Checks
what
out.
you tend to do, right? What you tend to do, and go down. This one is
I saw
guy
this. Yeah.
8 years in the comedy, and a girl who started 2 weeks ago, right?
Yeah.
And they're going hand in hand, right? So I write, countdown until she realizes she can't make it in comedy, blames the patriarchy, and Me Too's him, right? And I was like kind of amazed that it was like more positive than negative, right? And then I don't want to get into comments because
Nope.
a couple of my friends were like, they're both doing it, blah, 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 blah. But I'm like,
They're both doing what? What is it?
like, that picture's like a guy who likes a hot chick and a hot chick who
I
wants
got you.
access
So
to
it's a
comedy.
transaction.
Like, it's like they're both getting something out of this.
Yeah, no, totally. I mean,
She's hot, and he has access to stage
yeah, but
time
that's
for her.
Jack Nicholson. He's got it too, man. I mean,
Yeah, but I mean, like, well, that's not meant
I know
to
what
be
I know what you're
actually
saying.
Jack,
I know
but
what you're
like
saying,
the
yeah.
relationship,
Most male
which
comedians,
happens,
yeah.
right?
Totally.
And but it's allowed women to sync up and come together and support each other. And sorry, but sometimes it gets co-opted by people, and in this kind of
Yeah.
people tend to eternalize stuff a lot. So like if something between you and a man, like if a man and a woman or a woman and a man has happened to you, you see somebody talking about something happened to them, you start to eternalize that's happened to you too, because it has happened to you in a weird way, right?
Well, you see it with these people who storm out of comedy clubs on the joke that just is their thing. Yeah.
Right. But it's also like, like female comic accuses male comic of something, he's instantly done because all the female comics at one time had some dude going, hey man, hey, you want some stage time? Can I get my dick sucked? And then everybody loses their fucking mind, right?
Female comics are also better, or females, in general, are better at getting all on the same page about issues. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm saying. They sync up.
Yeah.
And that's a beautiful thing. And I will also tell you, a lot of comments on that post was that female comics aren't funny. And I completely disagree with that. I've always said this, Johnny. Female comics are like white athletes, right?
Okay.
Right?
Okay. Yeah.
Okay? The ones that are great are phenomenal. And then, but there's a lot of junk out there. Okay?
White basketball players.
Right? Let's say, and I know the response will be like that same thing with guys, 100%. 100%. But there is just factually more male comics than female comics, which means if you say 5% of all comics are good, right? If you have 100 comics, let's say you have 100 male comics and 10 female comics, right? And let's say 10% are actually good. That means there's one good female comic and 10 good male comics. It's not sexism. It's just the reality of the situation. It's just like there's just more male comics. And it's,
totally.
and it's just like the notion that there aren't great female comics is just ridiculous.
Well, you see that too with representation in like Hollywood, you know what I mean? Because people are looking, I think, for like 50-50 representation of like black people, you know what I mean? But they're only 12% of the country.
100%. That's the funniest part. And like, it's like, I watch commercials now going, are you trying to sell a product or sell a point of view? Like, what are you trying to sell more with this commercial?
Yeah, like you mean those ads where you can't even tell what they're talking about?
What they're talking about and who's in the ad. Right?
I know exactly what you're saying, yeah.
Right? I mean, it's like...
Yeah, it's like they're advertising like Downey or something, and you just see a multiracial couple with 3 kids that are all different colors.
Or how about when the kid doesn't even look like the parents?
Yeah, but they're just in a field, doing some random shit and nothing to do. And then it's like bounty,
What is this commercial about? Yeah. Right?
No, it is. It's almost like it's something. It's like a fee of entry. You know what I mean? Like you got to do this to play ball now as a business. You just got to like you've seen it this over these past couple of weeks with Coke and Delta and these other corporations that pressured baseball to pull the All-Star game out of Atlanta.
From where? Where'd they pull it from?
Atlanta,
Georgia.
Yeah.
And where'd they send it to? Colorado.
Yeah.
And guess what Colorado has? Voter ID.
Well, yeah, but even if, just keep it in Georgia, dude. I mean, keep your perspective in Georgia. You had Stacey Abrams and Warnock, the new senator, both black people, if you don't know, asking them to keep it. Like, don't punish the people here, even if you disagree. You know what I mean? And they weren't even listening to them. That tells you that they don't care.
Well,
dude, they just care about this message, sending this message.
In an era of awful sports commissioners,
Manfred is up.
Manfred and I'm the only one who says this, and Adam Silver are battling for who can piss off America more.
But Manfred is just a huge pussy. I mean, the
word is they didn't even vote on this. He just pulled it.
Yeah, he's just, dude. Yeah.
How do you, I wouldn't doubt if he's out in 2 years.
While they're pressuring baseball, pushing baseball into China as much as they can. I mean, on Broken Simulation, we're always talking about how there's no time like the present to make a change. And that's also true for losing weight, feeling great, and starting new in 2021. Nutrisystem sent over the most impressive selection of foods, and they've truly jump-started my journey toward improved health and weight loss. And seriously, this is not in the ad copy. This was the kick in the ass I needed, and after 2 weeks, I already have more energy. Nutrisystem is simple and convenient, with delicious meals delivered right to my door, with little to no meal prep required. My favorite foods are the Nutrisystem pizza and the NutriFlakes, which remind me of one of my favorite childhood cereals. Millions of people have lost weight with Nutrisystem. It's a science-based plan, and they have a top-rated app called Numi. That's Numi, Numi, that makes keeping track of everything a breeze. Order Nutrisystem now. Go to Nutrisystem.com/BrokenSim to get 50% off. That's Nutrisystem, Nutri System.com/BrokenSim to get 50% off.
So, which brings us to our next conversation, Johnny, is the female soccer. Have you seen that?
Yes.
That's a big issue right now.
I just don't get that one, man.
Well, no, you if you're looking at it from a point of view of
a
logic,
rational human being,
it makes no sense. But if all you're trying to do is reach somebody who isn't going to investigate it all and plant a seed that they're being oppressed, it's the perfect story.
Yeah, because most people won't investigate, like you're saying, and on the surface, the numbers aren't even. So it's like, oh, that's not fair.
Yeah.
Because we're all humans.
Yeah.
We should have the same numbers.
Which is, I hate to get political, Marxism, which is equal outcome.
Yeah.
But that's another story. I want to get into what this woman whoever, her, by the way, this woman going around yelling about the patriarchy, her brother's in jail and he's a white
Are you
supremacist.
talking about a soccer player?
Yeah.
Megan Rapinoe?
Yeah, her brother's in jail and he's a white supremacist, by the way, allegedly.
That's hilarious.
Right? And she comes from a rich family, okay? And here's the whole thing, dude. It's like, it's the illusion, it's the notion that because you do the same things, you should get the same pay. And let me break it down into my life, okay? Saying female soccer players, and we'll get into the actual contract in 2 seconds, should get paid the same as male soccer players, okay? Is like me saying I should get paid the exact same amount for a gig that Russell Peters gets paid or Gabriel Iglesias, right? I mean, that's just... Even my mother would be like, stop being an idiot.
I think this issue gets a little muddy. It's not as simple as, or I agree with what you're saying, but it's not easy for people to make that leap because they're thinking about teams, and it's a little bit more confused when you're thinking about a whole team. They're like, well, it's all of them though. You know what I mean? That's not fair.
Well, Johnny, it's because it's like Bill Burr said, women aren't fighting for equality in roofing, right? They're not there's not enough female roofers. Yeah. And I want roof. They're not fighting for that. Yeah. They're fighting for the fun stuff. But when they get like the joke I used to have that on social media, a hot chick follower is like a pesos, right? It takes 1,000 of them to equal one actual fan, right? But nobody ever complains about that. Yeah. Eric Myers, God rest his soul, used to have the greatest fucking joke ever. Like about how a woman could be like, I'm just sitting here in the sun, 1 billion likes. He could be like, I walked on the moon. They're like, fuck you, right?
That's so funny.
You might want to beep that. But my point.
Oh, yeah, for YouTube. Yeah.
Okay? So that's my point. That's my point. They're not talking about the things that where women actually have a complete and utter advantage. Right? And then we get down to this, Johnny, which is you're always the victim. So this one woman, and it's going to take women checking women, and that's the only way it's going to happen.
We should say real quick why we're talking about this is it's back in the news because Draymond Green, the basketball player, basically said to these women who are complaining, come back when you have a case, when you make as much money, generate as much profit, as many eyes watching the game as men.
Statistically, I've seen stories that allegedly that the WNBA is the number one least profitable sports league in the world.
That wouldn't surprise me because it's subsidized, by these owners.
100%. 100%. Okay? So you have these women complaining about that stuff, and you, in particular, the woman's female soccer team. Now, here's the problem, and this is where it gets so frustrating. The women literally negotiated this contract.
Yeah.
That they get paid. It basically is we get paid no matter if we make it or not. Whereas the guys only get paid if they play.
Yep.
Okay? This is negotiated by their contract. Now, here's what upsets me.
It's a contract, remember.
Now, here's what upsets me. they are now complaining that they didn't know what they were negotiating for. And then they brought another woman in to say this, and this is the most offensive shit in the world.
Okay.
We don't teach our daughters how to negotiate.
It's so dumb.
It's so dumb. Because
That's great.
you
So
literally...
no matter what you do, it's your fault, man.
Right.
It's not their fault.
And
no
the
matter what
reason
happens.
this is nuts is because you literally hire a lawyer to negotiate for you. And guess who has a female lawyer for their union? The NBA. And she's killing the league.
You can
killing. Like she's doing great.
Oh, yeah, I know.
And it's such a disservice to that woman when you say that these women didn't know what they were signing.
That's so fun, dude. It's kind of, you can just blame anything on the patriarchy now, and nobody's allowed to ask questions. You know what I mean? It's hilarious.
Because and it's just like you signed this deal. You got paid as a year-round employee. Whether you're playing or not, you're receiving a paycheck. That's what you asked for. And I hate to tell you, but the reason you're winning all these games is because you live in America where you're supported. You're going up against Pakistani women, some of them whose families made the sneakers you're playing in.
Well, dude, even in major countries, a lot of other big countries, they're all like part-timers. There's no such thing as real high-quality, full-time professional women's soccer in a lot of major soccer countries, dude, like where soccer's a big sport. Because nobody gives a shit, man.
Yeah.
And that's who they're competing against. They're stomping the asses of part-timers.
And what the WNBA does not tell you is the reason they play their league in the summer is because the league that pays the most plays in Russia during the winter.
That's funny.
They don't ever tell you that.
This episode of Broken Simulation is sponsored by Skillshare, the online learning community that is offering our listeners a free trial of their premium membership. Witness your own transformation as you turn small steps into giant leaps with Skillshare's online classes. There are so many fascinating classes on Skillshare on topics including illustration, design, photography, animation, filmmaking, productivity, creativity, and a lot more. I recently took a cinematography basics course by an instructor called Zach Mulligan. I highly recommend that. With Skillshare, practice makes progress. Advancing toward a goal is achievable with short lessons, hands-on projects, and classes designed for real life. Their short classes are a perfect fit for your busy routine. You'll create real projects and get the support of fellow creatives so you can accomplish real growth. Explore your creativity at Skillshare.com/broken, where our listeners get a free trial of their premium membership. That's 2 weeks free at Skillshare.com/broken.
Anyways, Johnny, speaking of sports, it's time for a new segment called...
That's not a new segment. It's our trusty old segment.
It's our old trusty segment.
Bobblehead alert.
New bobblehead alert.
New bobblehead alert! Bobblehead alert! Bobblehead alert! Bobblehead alert! It's a new bobblehead alert! Bobblehead alert!
Johnny, did you look in?
Bobblehead alert.
You were over here. Did you
No,
look
I did not.
in?
No, I didn't even think of it.
All right, Johnny. This is, again, going to be a different bobblehead than we ever had.
I got to guess again? Is that what's happening? Okay.
Yes.
What is the sport?
Okay, I'm going to tell you. Football.
Football is the sport. Okay.
Football is the sport. And
Are
just
they
know
playing now?
We have one football player.
Are they playing right now?
Yes.
They're in the league right now?
Yes.
Okay. Can you tell me the race?
How many? No, dude. Which will tell you what the race is.
Well, it'll tell me if it's a quarterback.
Yeah. Go on. Pick. So you get 3 picks.
Tom Brady.
Yep.
It is?
Yeah. But
There we
what
go.
Tom Brady bobblehead is it? There we go. This will be the talk.
Well, the reason that you're asking, it makes me think it's Tampa.
Nope.
No, it's New England. Okay, go ahead.
Nope.
What?
Nope.
Michigan?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
That's crazy. Okay.
Tom
okay.
Brady, Michigan, bobblehead. Now,
Didn't even
Johnny,
play that much in Michigan. That's
Johnny,
crazy.
before I take this out, Google how much this is worth, because we might want to sell it to help fix the studio up a little bit. I think this could be worth money. Again, our friend Natalie gave us this. She just has tons of bobbleheads.
That's the nicest thing.
It's got the seal.
Amazon is selling it for $149.
Oh, snaps.
Nice.
Is that enough to
That's
keep
the
it
guy,
in the
right?
box?
Is that the one? That's it, right?
No.
I think it's got a helmet in there.
Yeah,
right?
it's got a helmet right there.
Yeah, that's
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Yeah.
$149 there.
I don't know, man. I don't know if that's enough to keep it in there. Do we
Nah,
want to
take it out.
We're gonna
Take it
add
out.
it to the fucking. What's this? What do we call this bobblehead area? The Museum of Greatness.
yeah. yeah. I guess so.
Guys, can you name our bobblehead area?
Yeah, help us out with that.
Help us out with that. So, Johnny, as you can tell, I mean, I am sadly older than Tom Brady. He's seen as his old man. I'm older than him.
Yeah. Athletes, I mean, they're on an accelerator.
And he's in great shape. And Johnny, I'm going to be honest with you. I talked about this on my Brian Callen show a little bit. I'm thinking about freezing my fat.
Oh, doing that fat freezing thing?
Yeah, I'm thinking about doing
I heard
it.
that really works.
I
It
mean,
works.
like, because, like, I'm working out, dude. I'm going hard in the paint. You know, we're in LA. Things are starting to open, which means I'm going to be back in my fucking Krav Maga. But I'm learning boxing. I do boxing with my buddy Bobby.
Going to the beach. Santa
Bobby
Monica.
Lloyd.
Going to Santa Monica or Speedo again.
Never, dude.
Do you ever go to the beach?
I'm a grower, not a shower, bro. I don't need that.
Do you go to the beach?
Yeah, I like to go once in a while, but now because the homeless problem's got kind of crazy.
Are they down? I'm down there.
Oh, in
I've been a
Venice,
while.
like people
Really?
can't move out quick enough.
Oh man, that's a bummer. That's such a cool area.
Yeah, well, it's like these mayors. It's like I don't like to get into Republican Democrats, but it seems to be one side of that. That's a different podcast.
No,
But Johnny, I'm thinking about freezing my fat. Can you look it up? I need 2 titties, a gut, and 2
You
sides.
want me to look up the cost? Is that?
Yeah.
Okay.
And I think about freezing my
It's
fat.
like what is that shit called? Fat freezing. It's like cryo or something.
It's cool sculpting, bro.
Cool sculpting. That's it, right? Yeah.
I'm thinking about cool sculpting.
How'd you hear about cool?
I don't
sculpting?
know, man. I just
saw it
when
on-
you're a fat guy, you hear about
What
this shit.
people talk.
People talking. I'm
Fat
king of
girls.
the fats, by the way.
People coming up to you like,
Johnny, you know
"Hey,
I'm
bro,
king of the fats.
king of the fats.
Yeah, I'm like the
I don't know if
world's
you're
tallest
heavy enough to
midget.
be a king of
Well,
the fats.
I'm just fat enough to be in the fat discussion, right? So which makes me the tallest midget.
I don't know if that's how that works.
Yeah, it is how it works.
Okay.
Dude, it's like the one-eyed man in the land of the blind, right? He just rules.
All right, I'm gonna read something to you here. Since cool sculpting isn't considered a medically necessary procedure, the person getting this treatment is responsible for all costs.
Oh, that's some bullshit.
The American Society of Plastic Surgeons, the ASPS, estimates that the average fee per treatment for cool sculpting was between $1,500 was $1,500. That was in 2017. The Cool Sculpting official website says the average cost is between $2 and $4 grand
For all 2 titties, gut,
per
and
session. It says. So I don't know. Here it is. The cost is based on the area of the body being treated. The smaller the treatment area, the lower the cost.
Okay, so I need 2
assume you're
titties, a
looking
gut,
more
and
like
it's-
four than 2.
I'm probably gonna be the 4, maybe the 8. But is it worth it?
I don't, dude.
I would be happier. I'm tired of looking pregnant.
You want to watch some YouTube videos and see what before and
No, I'm
afters real
scared, and I don't want to get dinged.
quick? All right, this chick's gonna give us this young woman is going to give us a
Oh man, hi.
before and after.
Look at my boyfriend. He's slightly cross-eyed.
Aesthetic treatment, and I love sharing that with you all because I can let you know whether or not it's worth it. And this time I was lucky enough to get my husband in on the action too.
Hi everyone.
All right, so this is
This will
Adam.
be
I
more
think you all have
relevant.
met
This
him
is
a
like-
couple times here on the
So
channel
you know,
before. So
I
you
like to
know
have
we are
sex.
pretty
My
active
boyfriend
people. We
just
were
isn't into it anymore. So I'm gonna tell you what cucking's like, okay? Real quick.
Let's get. Okay, he lost a lot of weight, and you can see that. Yeah, he lost a lot of weight there.
With this cool sculpting.
No, he lost some weight, and then he's trying to get rid of those last few pounds.
Yeah. So, dude, I'm weird. I'm a T-Rex. I'm built like a T-Rex. I have these skinny arms and just this big area here.
Okay,
It
here's
would
the
cost
device,
Adam
by the way.
double
It
versus
looks like a
myself,
big ass
where I'm just
vacuum
doing one
cleaner.
area.
You just
Oh,
attach it.
so
Just
that's
doing
like
one
each time they
area,
put it
so
on
it-
you.
Well, no, now that thing says $600 there. So I think the cost of this has come way down recently, because I remember hearing about somebody doing it and it was a lot cheaper. I think they make these that
Would
you can
cost
use at
Adam
home too.
double
Johnny, you think I
versus
should
myself,
freeze
where
my
I'm just doing
fat?
one area. Number 5, and
I
I think this
think
is
you
one of
should.
the
Here's
most
his
important
before
things
after.
you-
Okay, let's look it
So
up.
I feel like the most obvious before and after.
there's
Okay,
before.
so I'm a little
was
more
my
chunkier
side
than that,
view.
right?
You could see in the
Yeah,
before
probably.
that
I
my
don't know.
lower belly.
Johnny!
I haven't seen you without shirt on. Look,
protrudes
look at his
much
results,
more
man.
so than my upper abs, and
Oh, that's
in the
her.
after, it's a lot flatter, and to me,
That's-
it just looks
that's
a
really
lot more
good.
proportionate. Now, as far as Adam, I thought this was really interesting. So we went in and we took the after
can't believe we're
photos
watching
after
Cole's got
what
him.
she
No,
was.
but
I think
stop
it was
this.
from our
By the way, this woman's brilliant. because now she's doing a show and people are going to give her free plastic surgery
Yeah.
because
yeah,
to
right.
talk about them. And dude, fast forward 5 years, she looks like a cat lady. Right? And you just start seeing, have you seen that new thing women are doing on Instagram with the lips?
I don't know what you're talking about. I mean,
Where
I
it's
know
like
that
a
duck
filter?
face.
Yeah.
Oh, no. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Why do, like, so what happened was Angelina Jolie had these big ass lips.
I
Now
swear that
everybody wanted
started it.
that.
I swear that started
And
it.
now they're just getting to duck-billed lips, and
ridiculous.
nobody. I mean, does anyone like that?
No, dude, women like that's it.
Is
It's
it
like
for
a
other
brainwashing.
women?
I think so. Yeah.
Because that and the ass plants just aren't working, dude. You look like you have a Ninja Turtle
Dude,
shell on your fucking ass.
Dude, I hate like Olivia Munn got those. I think she's one of the most beautiful women on the planet.
Yeah.
And she got those injections.
Which
and then during in her lips, and then during the pandemic, they went away because she couldn't go get them, re-injected or whatever. And I was like, damn, she looks way better. And then I realized it was because she didn't have these ridiculous clown lips anymore. And then as soon as things started
Johnny,
to open up,
you're the patriarchy. You're making these women.
yeah,
do
I'm
this.
oppressing her
You're oppressing
with
her.
my eyes.
And you could definitely
here's what
see
the
Oh,
guy-
the
shit.
difference.
He got,
But then
his-
just today, we
love
took
handles taken
another
out.
Yeah, and he's got
photo,
new
and this has
underwear.
been, like 2 weeks since we took the after photo.
2 weeks or maybe a little bit longer, but yeah.
So there
He
you go.
has continued to see results. It's taken him a little bit longer, but now I feel like you
Let's see if they have
have
his
very
belly.
comparable results to me.
Absolutely.
Also,
I think
I
that's
do
about it, dude. What
Yeah.
do you think? Is that worth it for you? That kind of change?
I mean, if it can get my titties rocking, I'd do that just for my titties.
Get rid of those tits.
I got Rick Ross body, right? My body's I think either I gotta get cool sculpting or fatter gold chains. Right?
yeah, dude. That
Like if you're a fat guy but you got gold chains hanging in the middle of your tits,
Yeah, that
you
works.
seem to look cool.
yeah, that works.
Right? That's like that weird like crime boss fucking rapper look.
Yeah, you can wear a suit too. That's the other move. If you start wearing a suit everywhere,
I've been thinking about that.
it's either a suit or gold.
I've been
chain.
thinking about I gotta go on stage with a jacket because I'm starting to look like I got a T-Rex body.
Blazer will do that.
Yeah.
What
Yeah.
do you? Because that's all diet.
Yeah,
the
I
weight.
mean, I mean, like,
but exercise is almost none of that. It's like
I get it, Johnny. Dude, I've already had this discussion. I struggle with fruit. Okay, fruit. And,
a lot of sugar.
okay, dude.
I know you know.
I just like. What is the purpose of life? To live.
No,
life?
dude, totally. I get it, man. I get
It's
it.
just like, okay, dude. I got. It's like I'm serious, dude. Like, I can't eat fruit. Like, what is the point?
I know.
I have
dude,
the
I think you can
metabolism
eat
of a
fruit.
dead
You gotta-
person.
There's gotta. It's not just fruit that's doing that.
What's your fight weight, Johnny?
Oh shit, I don't know. I mean, I'm like, what am I like 180 now, and I can be like 150. Yeah,
My fight weight's 175.
yeah. I can be a 150, no problem. See, now I feel like we went a little on feminism, and now we're proving that we are just as sensitive
we're
to
as
the
sensitive
pressures.
and crazy. Johnny, I got a new segment. It's called "I Gotta Get It Off My Chest."
Is this about jizz?
No,
Okay, go on.
no, I gotta get off my chest, Johnny. Here's my opinion. I think animal fucking television shows set up animals to get eaten just for the shot.
This is a major conspiracy theory you're
Yeah.
leveling here.
Yeah. I mean, like, you just got the shot of this fucking animal just happened to get eaten right perfectly in the shot? Is that what you're telling me? I mean, like, dude, we've all shot. How many times you gotta take pictures on your phone? Oh, that was a bad picture. Let me take it. These things, dude, so I got this idea when I was watching this thing about these leopards chasing these gazelles, right? They're chasing them, and the gazelles get away. Then out of nowhere, from the other side, comes this other animal that just gets thrown at the gazelles. I mean, at the leopard. I'm like, why would this gazelle come from nowhere and go right?
Oh, it was a gazelle. Okay,
Yeah.
interesting. Okay, go on.
And it ate it right in front of the camera. And it's like, are you telling me these guys just luck by this all the time?
I gotta ask. Do you watch a lot of nature television? Is
I
that-
can't because I feel bad for the animals.
Okay. Why were you watching it this time?
Because it just I was too lazy
Just
to
flipping
change the
around.
channel.
Too lazy to change.
Yeah,
the
you
channel?
ever lose the remote and you're like, fuck, I'm stuck on
yeah,
this
if you lose the
channel.
remote, yeah.
And you're
Dude,
just
I
like-
used to. I when I was very young, I used to be the one that had to stand at the TV
Yeah.
and like change the
Back
channels.
when
you know?
back when you'd have to listen to your dad. Your dad would hit you with a fucking shoe. Change the channel.
Change it to UHF.
Yeah, yeah.
I've had enough of these VHF channels. Remember that? You have to change between bands like
Oh
UHF,
yeah, yeah.
VHF.
Or you're doing the fucking the
rabbit
the
ears.
rabbit
yeah.
ears.
Yeah, that was a very young. I was very young for that.
Yeah,
but I
yeah,
remember.
yeah. I get
So,
that.
okay, so
Johnny,
your
I'm
theory-
so old,
your theory
Johnny.
go on.
I'm so old. I remember when networks would sign off.
Yeah, I think I was maybe like 4. Or
They
3
would
the
just
last time I
stop
did that. Yeah.
and they would just play the American.
And show
they'd
and-
say play the Star Spangled Banner and call it a day,
And they would show that color card. Yeah.
Yeah.
everything, yeah.
and that was the end of it.
Then they realized that they could sell shit to.
And then they realized that
insomniacs.
people on drugs buy shit.
Yeah, yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Right? And it's so
Totally.
funny because all those late night commercials are for people doing stuff, right? You're like, hey, chop this, work on that, bang, work out this workout, do this, get this done, invest your money. You're like, I'm a drug addict, okay?
I'm watching TV at 5 a.m.
I'm tweaking my balls off right now. I don't care about doing stuff.
I'm curious though. Don't you think that was probably a huge missed opportunity for those networks? Because back when there were like 3 channels and they were signing off,
Yeah.
there were still probably millions of people. Like
just-
big bad ratings for them were like 10 million viewers in prime. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It was
yeah,
like, and
yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there are probably millions
Just
of people.
think about the
they
power
could have just
that
stuck
had,
a
man.
camera in front of some guy, you know, and just talking about his day or whatever, and people would have watched it because there was nothing else on. You know what I mean? Imagine Trevor Noah could have gotten ratings. You know,
Yeah,
after
for sure.
midnight.
Shots fired.
70s.
Bro, Johnny.
That's the worst show,
Why do
dude.
you, dude? You know my theory on
It's
that.
so bad. It's so.
I'm
bad,
trying
man.
not to be a shit talker anymore. I want to
It's
move
so
on.
bad.
So that was my segment. I just think they
What,
set
so
animals
you
up.
think that they just what? Do you think they have the predator and the prey both in like a
Yeah.
trailer?
Or they have like they'll get an animal and they won't say anything and they'll just throw them out there.
You say okay. I got to think that they're just.
They just happen to be there every time, Johnny.
Well, a lot of that
perfectly.
shit, especially that National Geographic, it's like independent videographers
Johnny,
going out. It's
what
not
do we
like
know
the net-
about reality television? It's all
fake,
scripted.
yeah. But
why
I-
would the animal shit be any different?
No, you're probably right. But I know with like National Geographic and National Geographic and a lot of those, it's private videographers, you know, that just sell their footage to the networks.
Yeah, but that just releases them of responsibility.
Yeah,
So
it
these
could be-
random
yeah,
people.
Actually, I may have made your argument. Yeah, it could be that they're faking it. Yeah.
Yeah, and they're just like, okay, throw this fucking emu into a fucking this river of fucking piranha, and our camera just happens to be down there to watch the piranha eat this thing to shreds.
I do remember thinking as a kid that like there's no way this shit is this interesting. You know how they would like have those documentaries where they follow chimpanzee around and then he gets in a rivalry with these other
Yeah.
and then his evil uncle
Yeah,
came back,
yeah.
you know? And there's no way that shit was really happening. They're just cutting together stuff and
Well,
adding a
I had
story.
a joke on my last album about how everybody like is like zoos are mean to animals. I'm like, you know who's really mean to animals? Mother Nature. Like the forest is like a bad section of town. Like, what's the crime rate in the forest? Like, what's the murder rate in the jungle? Like 100%. Everybody at some points gets murdered.
There's no-
Nobody dies a peaceful death.
Nobody.
No, it's like the little elephant went to sleep and called it a day. No, dude, everyone dies a violent death in the animal kingdom, you know? But it's like they're always right there with the perfect shot. It's perfectly shot every time,
No, it's framed up perfectly. Yeah, you're totally right. Yeah.
you know? And that's all I'm saying. So that was, I want to get it off my chest.
What we'll do at the end of this, get it off your chest. If you have conspiracy theories, I'll give them like a percentage of likelihood. And I think that one's I'll give that 50% likely.
Okay, I'll take half.
Yeah, that's pretty
I'll
good.
take half. You're a skeptic. I'll take half at this
No,
point.
I think that's a good
I'll take that
good
half.
rating.
So, Johnny, if there's something you know about me, you know, and I'm going to do a very funny Jason Galern joke.
Okay.
You know, I love the people watch, especially when they're having sex, right? That was that's Jason Galern's. He's a classic.
That's great. Yeah.
But I am a big people watcher. I am a big people watcher. That's funny. And
That's so funny, dude, because you think he's getting ready to say one of the most, like, just obvious, you know, it's like this obvious, and then he's just like hits you with that.
yeah,
special
well, he's
one.
he's a great
He's
writer.
great. Yeah, he's great.
I love him very much. So one of my favorite places to go people watch is is Hollywood Boulevard. Now, Johnny, we talked about what a shithole Hollywood Boulevard is.
I'm sure we have, but I never tire of talking about how shitty
I mean, it is a shithole. Did we already talk about how like out of 100 of them it was voted 100?
And then
then they bragged about being top 100.
Yeah. It's like
a shithole.
where I'm from in North Carolina, there's this place on the border with South Carolina called South of the Border. And if you've ever driven on I-95 in all along the Atlantic coast, it has these signs. It's like in 100 miles coming up south of the border, 50 miles, and it starts 500, 1,000 miles away. Like, and they just have these billboards on, and you're thinking, this is the shit, man. And I grew up really near this place, and we would drive by, and it looks awesome. And then it's got like these big, like sort of,
It's
like statues and shit, that look really cool. I'll show you what. It's also super, like by modern standards, you would say it's racist because it's like Pedro's so sad. That's what the signs all say. Like Pedro's so sad, you missed it. Turn around, stuff like that. Let me show you what south of the border looks like. Hold on.
I know south of the border. I remember that driving down in the south.
Yeah, if you've driven down,
like down towards like Myrtle Beach and stuff.
Yeah. The signs are everywhere, and if you go to that, like all kids in the South, that's where they learn disappointment. That's what I used to say is south of the border, because every kid wants that. They'll ask you, "Mom, we gotta stop. Let's stop." And then when you stop and you realize it's just a place where they sell like cheap Mexican like trinkets and stuff, you learn the meaning of disappointment. This is it right here.
Yeah. And you go inside and it's just garbage.
And it's just these cheesy signs like, you never sausage a place. You're always a wiener at Pedro's. Welcome south of the border.
Oh, and then these got it's
got like a really shitty hotel.
Yeah. And then somebody stays there and they're like
look at this chick. That's really how I feel about south of the border. Her face right there. It's just like, what in the hell are we doing? The food's terrible.
Pedro's
this is it right here. Look, dude, it's just like bins filled with shitty stuff like this and fireworks. That's it. That's all it is. Man.
And some people, they really love going there. They're just simple folk, right? And I don't think there's anything wrong with being simple.
See, there's this thing. Look, that's what you see from like miles away. You
that?
Just go up and it's not even that tall, but it's
just
like
an elevator.
It's a giant sombrero with an elevator that you go up into. It's like the Eiffel Tower if the Eiffel Tower sucked. It was really short. And then it's this racist thing right here. See this guy? I mean, it's just pathetic, dude.
Oh, it's so good, dude. It's so fucking good, dude.
Anyway,
We're blessed.
So Hollywood Boulevard is that for LA, for sure. If you're like me, you're maybe looking to get your finances together, learn a little bit more about business. I turned to a number of different podcasts for this, and they all put me to sleep. That is until I found Brad and David, the hosts of IP Frequently. They do this miraculous sort of blend of solid business advice, 80s music, and headline news. It all goes into this cohesive package that is informative and entertaining. So check those guys out. Again, that's Brad and David of IP Frequently. It's not a chronic condition. It's actually a podcast. And stay up to date with their weekly stream of episodes wherever you get your podcasts. Again, that's IP Frequently. And you can stay up to date on their weekly stream of episodes wherever you get your podcasts. Highly recommend those guys. Check them out, folks.
So
you build it up in your head. You think, we got to go there. Hollywood Boulevard, stars, Walk of Fame.
Yeah. So I have to walk my dogs every morning. And of course, I got a puppy in Roger that is like, he's literally crystal meth. He's just
Do you walk them all together?
I walk them together. And Pollyanna's older. Roger's much younger. But Roger wakes everybody up at 7 a.m. It's go time. And I'm just like, why did I have to get a morning fucking dog, right?
That sucks.
It's the worst. If not, he'll fucking make us pay. So I grab Pollyanna and Roger. I bring them down and they pee poo. But Roger wants to walk longer than Pollyanna, so I bring Pollyanna back up and then I walk Roger. And what I like to do is I just like to people watch, so I'll always go down to Hollywood Boulevard with Roger.
Yeah, that's where I walked with Pollyanna when I was house sitting for you. I walked her down there.
Yeah, and I love being on Hollywood Boulevard. It is a human safari, and it is so much fun. And it's like
that's a great way to put it. Yeah.
And dude, I'm sorry, but what during the pandemic, dude, it was like I was the only person on Hollywood Boulevard. Sometimes,
really,
it was like
what time of day? In the morning,
like 7 a.m. There was nobody there. Nobody. It was super creepy. I could walk down the middle of the street.
That is weird. Yeah.
But now it's coming back.
What kind of people are on Hollywood Boulevard though at 7 a.m.? It's mostly
Tourist.
just people walking their dogs out of man.
Tourist,
Okay.
black people,
A lot of
tourists,
homeless, I imagine.
and black people. That's who are
homeless
there.
too.
I mean, there's some homeless for sure.
Yeah. Are the characters out? The people who dress up like Superman and all that shit, are they out?
They're
there
not
early?
as much.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, they don't strike me as
There's not as much.
morning people.
But it is a big black tourist spot.
Like black people will go to.
They love it.
Okay. Okay.
Right? And that's fine. I mean, I'm just because it sets up the story that I watch happen.
Okay.
Okay?
ready.
In real time. So I'm walking Roger. So these very feminine gay black men cross the street. And I've always said old gay versus young gay, right? Like old gays are over it. They're just like, I'm gay. I don't care. It's just young gays are like, hey, everything's gay, right? They got everything must be done gay, right?
Yeah.
It's like, I'll take a Big Mac. I like that. Like everything's super flamboyant.
It's like when you first get a treadmill, you know, and you start buying like headbands and athletic socks, and you're like, I'm gonna work out every day, and then like 5 months later, it's just like cats are sleeping on the treadmill, you know, and it's,
right? It's like that's how. So I always say like all these people
that's
are
your
trying.
asshole if you're gay. It's like
They're trying to define.
You got it bleached and ready to go.
Like define yourself by your sexuality. It's like it's great when you're young because you're really into sex, but at some point you don't care anymore, and you're like, that's not really.
And your butthole is like
Right, your
Ari
butthole's
Shaffir's,
blown out, right?
Yeah.
Just blown out, blood diamond, right? Right. So these are some young black gay men, and they are sashaying across the street.
Is it in the crosswalk?
Oh no, it is. They are crossing where they want to cross. God bless them. There was traffic, but it wasn't crazy. But they crossed right there. Up comes this convertible in a blue that looks like the most solid blue you've ever seen. There's nothing fancy on it, and it looked like it was a Mustang convertible.
Okay.
Which could be cool, but
Yeah.
you could tell somebody's totally renting it.
Okay.
And
yeah,
it was 3 black chicks.
all right.
And they're pulling up, and these black guys are taking forever to cross the street. And now we got a situation.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Black women versus black gays.
Immovable object versus unstoppable force.
Yeah,
Right? Here we go.
100%.
Yeah.
And the black women start laying in
The horn.
to the
Talking.
gays,
Okay.
dropping F-bombs on them, if you know,
Okay.
homosexual slurs.
Uh-huh. Yeah. I feel
Get out
like
of the way, you bum.
we heard one earlier in this
Yeah,
podcast.
yeah. Dropping hard on them, hard. And then the gay guys, they're not putting up with this. They start going back. And the problem with the black chicks is they were talking smack, and then the red light comes. So now they're stuck at the red light.
Oh, no.
And
That's
they're-
the worst. Yeah.
And they're yelling at each other. And dude, everybody gets fight eyes. The whole
Are people
Hollywood Boulevard.
get their phones out? That's what the first reaction is.
Everybody is. Across all genders, races. Everybody is like, oh shit, a fight is about to
This might be the thing
off.
that brings us together after
Yeah,
the pandemic. It's
dude,
like-
fight eyes, dude. Everyone's got fight eyes. And the one gay guy is like, fuck you, man. Fuck, I'll fuck you up. He's got a drink. He's like, I'll throw the drink right at you. And I'm like, oh shit, this is about to pop off, right? The green light comes, she hits a little gas, but they still start going at the gay guys. And the gay guy's like, get out of the car. Come on, get out of the car. I'll fuck you up, right? I'm like, damn,
What's
dude.
the etiquette on that? I wonder, like morally, if a guy super gay beats up a woman, is that kosher?
I feel bad for all the social justice warriors. They don't know who to feel
Yeah,
bad
their head.
for.
It's like that might be. You know how there's like in some movies you
Yeah,
can give.
is it domestic violence or gay hate crime? Which one's it go?
You
Which
can
one?
give a computer a question that like short circuits the computer. It just can't figure it out.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
That's
They're
what
just-
happens. And
they're just ripping their nipples.
You remember in
so
like-
much oppression.
remember in like Austin Powers where he shorted the Fembot circ and
Yeah.
their head started to
Yeah.
smoke. You know, that's what happens to a social justice warrior if you
Okay,
present them
so
with this.
so they're still going at it, right? And then they drive off. The women drive off.
I wish you'd recorded this.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gay guys aren't happy with this. Gay dude puts in a call.
What, to the gay
Puts in a
mafia or
call.
something?
Puts in a call. Dude pulls up in a fucking caddy. He's like, ba-da-da, ba-ba. They jump in the car. I look down at where the car full of chicks are. I'm like, dude, you guys got to take off. You have to take off. They stop because they see that the gay guy's getting into the car. The girl jumps out, runs in to one of these. And if you don't understand Hollywood Boulevard, it is either Scientology, bad tourist bars, or stripper clothing stores.
It's wigs and shit. Yeah,
right?
Totally. Yeah.
So they run
and a
in
few
there.
military surplus places.
I don't know why they stopped, but they run in there, right? Gay dudes get in the car, drive up, right?
Gay dudes wanted some smoke. It sounds
Guys,
like.
gay dudes want all that smoke right now, dude. Gay dudes want all that smoke.
This is
dude,
great.
right? They get out and they start yelling. The really gay guy comes out. He runs in, starts yelling. He runs out of the stripper clothing store, yells at everybody watching. Oh, those aren't ladies. Them drops an N-bomb, right?
Oh shit.
Meaning that they're trans, dude. He found out they're trans, and then it is on, dude. It is because all the I don't hit women shit.
Wait, so he came out to update everybody that was watching?
he did a blog post. He did a verbal blog post.
Breaking news.
He goes, oh, they ladies, them. And he dropped M-bombs on everybody. And you heard everyone go, oh! Right?
It's like World Star Hip Hop is
In
taking
full
place
motion,
on Hollywood Boulevard.
In real time. This dude gets out of the car.
This
I'm
is
like,
the
oh
best.
no. So I'm on the corner across the street. This gaggle of, I think, other gay guys
The
gather
gay
on the
mafia,
corner, and they all have their pants below their butts, right?
Well, that you know that, yeah.
Yeah,
that's
and we all know what that
yeah,
is.
Yeah,
That's prison term,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Right for action. All about that action, right?
Yeah, we likes it in the butt.
Yeah, right? So they go over to watch. They just want to watch, but they're like in it to watch.
Yeah.
This dude who is driving the main car.
They're the people that if anybody falls down, they'll kick them. You know what I mean? Like they're that guy that comes in.
Let's get into this, dude.
Okay.
It gets better.
Okay.
So this poor strip bar is ran by some a Middle Eastern immigrant guy who
It's the last thing he wants to see rolling through the store.
He just came to America, realized chicks who take their clothes off need clothes to take off, right?
Yeah.
So he's like, I will start the store and I will be the greatest. I will give thongs to ladies, these infidels, right? So
and send the money back to my family.
So I got Roger. Roger doesn't know what's going on, but I'm like, Roger, we gotta watch this shit. So
Yeah.
I, with the gaggle of other gays, right, cross the street, right?
Did you say the gaggle? Now, did you get a call by chance during this?
I just happened to be there,
Oh,
Johnny.
okay. Well,
No
your
one told
people-
me
you didn't
that.
get a beeper,
Nobody told me
little-
that the union meeting was going on.
You didn't get a little
I just happened to
beeper,
be there.
like a 911.
Yeah,
Hollywood
I just
Boulevard.
went across. Stop it, Johnny. You're trying to deflect the story.
Yeah, come on.
Okay.
This is great, man.
So I go across and I'm watching this guy. So the guy driving's like, fuck this, puts it in park, runs around the car, and you see him enter, and I have a full view of him entering the store. I'm in front of the store.
Can you see the women in there?
The women are
Yeah.
in there, okay?
Okay.
Very loosely women, okay? Dude, you see the tall, thin one chirping
Of the
back?
women or the guys?
The trans.
Okay.
The trans are chirping back at the guy that just got out of the car, and this dude just walks up and just goes, whack!
Oh,
and they
shit.
start throwing.
Are you
dude.
serious?
They're grabbing fucking shit off the counters, hitting on
Oh,
each other.
no, poor guy's
swinging.
nightmare.
This guy's like, please stop my store, right? Like the count, three trans fighting, right? So they're all fighting with each other. Everyone's like, damn. All of a sudden, this dude who's with the guys that came across with me, he comes out, he's in a fight with another random dude that just showed up out of nowhere, started swinging on dudes. Like I think he was
What is
defending either
happening?
they were trans friends, or he was trying to protect chicks, or he thought this might be a great way to get laid.
At any point, did you consider taking out your cell phone and videoing this?
No, dude.
I wish you had.
It's kind of like when you meet an alien, you're like, I don't
Yeah.
think about this. I'm taking in the moment.
All right, I got you. Yeah.
So, dude, this little guy with his head on backwards, backpack, is swinging on this big guy that kind of looks like he could be like a cornerback for like a college football team.
Okay.
He has that kind of.
Is he gay too?
He might be in the group. He could be like those DL guys, right?
Okay. Or he could be like a trans who's just like off duty.
No, none of these guys were trans at all.
No. Okay. All right. You're not sure though? Like maybe because why would he be fighting another guy if maybe he's in with the trans people? He's just like
the linebacker, the
duty.
cornerback guy was
That's what I'm saying.
with the guys crossing the street to go see what's going on.
So, but the guy he's
the
fighting,
random dude came out of nowhere. I was trying like, why is this guy fighting?
I wonder if he missed the message that they are trans. Like he thought he was defending the honor of some. He was white knighting.
Yeah. He's trying to be a white knight
or black knighting in this case.
Yeah. So he's swinging on this dude, and dude, I swear to God, bro, these fights, I have never heard so many N-words in my life.
Oh.
I mean, dude, it would make a Klan rally fucking like uncomfortable how everybody was calling each other, all blacks on black crimes, calling each other N-word.
That's a little excessive. Come on, y'all.
Yeah. Hey, y'all. Now, I might just be a grand wizard here, but I don't think we need that language right now,
Yeah,
okay?
I thought we agreed not to use the hard R unless it's really called for.
Okay? I thought we agreed. The only time we use the M-word now is in bed, okay?
After the
That's
Chris
it.
Rock incident of 2007, I thought we learned never to use the hard R.
Okay. And, dude, so now you got this other group of guys that are now chasing this one dude in a backpack while they kick his ass. And the whole time,
This just keeps delivering. It's so good.
so what the guy would do is like the little dude would be like walking back.
Yeah.
And when everyone cut down, he'd swing on the guy
Yeah,
then run off a little bit.
Uh-huh.
All the while,
Sniping.
Johnny, everybody's pulling their pants up trying to run.
And what the trans, are they in like heels and stuff too? Are they having to take
They're
their
dealing
shit?
with their own shit.
In the
This
building.
one trans who looked like a chick, like a straight up chick. And I didn't know it wasn't a chick. She's like, hey, man, can I open that door real quick? Right? I was like, oh, fuck.
Wait,
fuck.
you got over to where you were?
Yeah. Because I was next to like, it looked like it had been a Rite Aid at one point and it
I
was
thought
closed.
you were across the street. Okay.
No, I was near where the stripper
I know.
clothing
I think
store.
I know where you're talking about on Hollywood. I know where that Rite Aid is. I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah,
I think it's right. I don't know what it was like this store, but man, dude, crazy. And they chase this dude
You're not far from that taco place, right? Tacos El Gavilan and that. and-
across the street. I think it's from that.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Yeah.
Dude, crazy, bro. And they chased the little guy in the backpack all the way down the street as they were pulling their pants
That's
up,
so funny. man.
running.
That's the kind of stuff you just can't. You can't script that, man. That's life.
Dude.
What did you learn from all this? Can you say?
Hey, man, let people cross the street. That's really what I got to say, man. You just never know who's going to pop up. You're going to pop
That's
off
it,
to.
man. That's the thing that people in today's society, where you can just snipe and tear down people from behind your computer, you kind of forget that, hey, there are some real people in this world that if you do that shit to their face,
Well, it's
you
my
could
whole
have
theory
your
about
life could be in danger.
It's my theory about people who want to start a fight in traffic, you know? It's like, I'm fine with people tell me fuck off. It's just part of traffic. Fuck you, man. I'm like, okay.
But
yeah.
every now and then you got a guy who will get out of his car.
Yeah, who will get a little crazy, dude.
He's had the wrong kind of day, falling down style day.
Oh, yeah,
maybe, or
for
something like that.
sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
That's the last thing you want to see, isn't it? When you
Yeah.
blow the horn at somebody and then you
I'm
see
really
the brake lights and
learning
the door
to
opens.
just chill.
Yeah, I'm with you. Okay, so I want to know what your take is on this. I know you're big on not being afraid of death, and people with your mindset typically don't give a shit about what happens to their body after they die. So this is from this was going to be from the Denver Post, but now it's from NBC News. Here's the headline: You can't choose an afterlife, but you can choose what happens to your body after your life. And one of those new options now is composting your remains.
Dude,
Using them
I'm all
for-
about that. I want to be put under a tree and have the tree live off my body.
Okay, well, the Washington-based business called Recompose, I like that name, has begun making it from a new ingredient that's compost, human remains. Intended as an eco-friendly funeral alternative, interested parties should perhaps be forewarned. It takes a couple of months to go from corpse to compost, so you just got to sit there and kind of rot, and then they...
In the bag, right?
Yeah, in a bag, I guess.
I'm down with that.
And
Like,
then
what are your thoughts on on cemeteries?
See, mine might be a little different because I grew up pretty comfortable with them because we have one on our property, like a family cemetery where people have been buried for hundreds of years.
Yeah.
And so it's just kind of.
Is that where you're gonna be buried?
There's Grandpa out in the field.
Yeah.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
You ever bring a girlfriend back there and finger blast her because you didn't know what was back there?
I've taken a girlfriend out there probably. Yeah.
Johnny, you fucked in a cemetery?
No.
Oh,
No,
come on,
just,
dude. You were about to be the coolest guy.
No. That's some goth shit, man. No,
you won't fuck in a cemetery?
Not,
you think that's
not because of
disrespectful?
superstition, but
why?
that's a weird. I don't know.
Because that's superstition.
Well, it's outside. I mean,
you don't fuck outside? I'm all about that.
Not in the nature.
Johnny, you know
That's
what,
crazy.
dude? I don't know what's wrong with you, but I'm down with this. I want to be chopped up, made into like tiny bits, put in a tree.
Really?
Yeah, and then become part of the tree.
See, I'm thinking there's like 0.015% chance that probably 0.00015% chance that they find out that every human cell has some kind of memory for everything or some shit like that, and then a billion years from now they can like bring you back from the dead, and then somebody's gonna remember me and be like, remember Johnny Woodard? We should bring that guy back, and then bam, I'm pulled back.
Johnny,
I'm back in the game. I'm 35 again.
Johnny, on the list of people they want to be back, how many before they get to you do you think?
Well, that's why you gotta make sure, one, that you reproduce. You're doing that.
Yeah.
Good for you. You have a chance now.
Thank you.
There could be, and two, you gotta get on the record somehow. I gotta work on that. I gotta get in the record.
I mean, dude, this is a record. This show.
Yeah.
It's making a difference.
I gotta do something though that
Johnny,
gets like national news. You know.
Imagine the people in Vietnam listening right now and not hearing about.
That's true. Maybe I should take my body to Vietnam.
Yeah,
after I die,
dude. Thank you. Do you have a hello to our Vietnam friends? We should have that always loaded up.
I'm sorry, I forgot about that. Hold on, just give me a second. Vamp for me, and I'll get it.
I mean, dude, I'm all about that. I mean, you got to kind of be that guy. Listen, Johnny, everybody's family at some point, except unless you're one of those 13 families, came from peasants, right?
That's right. Yeah.
And one of your family members changed the trajectory of your family.
Yeah,
you got to be that person.
Potentially by drinking the blood of children.
No, Johnny. Different show.
Okay.
This show's about succeeding.
Tell me now what you would like to say to our Vietnamese listeners again.
That if we die, you will remember us and celebrate us as a holiday once a year. Okay?
Okay, I just want to make sure I got this right. If we die, you will remember us and celebrate us as a holiday.
By lady boys giving half-price hand jobbies.
By lady boys giving half-price hand jobbies. I think that's an IES. Okay. You ready to?
Yeah, here we go.
Yeah, okay.
To our Vietnamese friends, we say.
To the camera, not to
To
me,
our
to the camera.
Vietnamese friends, we say.
Nếu chúng tôi chết, bạn sẽ nhớ đến chúng tôi và kỷ niệm chúng tôi như một ngày lễ mỗi năm một lần, bởi những cô gái tiểu thư tặng những món đồ thủ công nửa giá.
Why aren't you moving your mouth? You're moving your hands, but not your mouth.
Okay, do it again. I'll do it again, dude. Hey, I didn't know we're doing fucking podcast karaoke.
My favorite thing is that they didn't have a word for podcast last week, but they totally have a word for hand jobbies and lady boys. Isn't that?
Let's do it again. One more time to our Vietnamese friends.
If you're Vietnamese, please tell us what the word for hand jobbies is. 3, 2, go.
Nếu chúng tôi chết, bạn sẽ nhớ đến chúng tôi và kỷ niệm chúng tôi như một ngày lễ mỗi năm một lần, bởi những cô gái tiểu thư tặng những món đồ thủ công nửa giá.
So stupid. I feel stupid having watched
Now,
that.
a lot of people, Johnny, have been talking how the show's a little too homoerotic.
Oh, yeah.
And I gotta be honest with you, dude. We love puss here hard, bro.
Oh, big time.
But we're just living in weird times.
Big time, yeah.
You know?
Was that our gay bath? We're the #1 gay bathhouse review, though.
Yeah, I mean, like, if you're coming to the show, you're coming for the bathhouse reviews, okay?
Yeah, I mean, it's like walking into Ace Hardware and expecting to find, women's wigs.
Yeah,
it ain't there.
don't go to Ace Hardware looking for pies, okay?
Yeah, it's not there. This is not Marie Callender's. You're in the wrong place.
Yeah, dude. All right? It's okay. Johnny, next time you have to get a bathhouse review. We can't do it every show because we'll run off.
But once a month.
Yeah, once a month we'll do a review.
Okay.
But it's like, we love the ladies too, bro. It's like, You know, and it's just like, I feel bad for women because this Me Too shit has made it really hard to be like a groupie or a gold digger or just anything, man, because everyone's afraid. It's like, you know, it's like trying to pet a Wolverine, right? When you talk to her, you're like, hey, little buddy, you okay, little buddy? You're a pretty little... Hey, buddy, I just want to hold you. Come on, I'll pull out. I promise. I respect you.
Okay, you ready for this? This is from
Yeah,
it's
next
also
story.
from NBC News. If you're an Italian mafia fugitive, give me a list of a few things you probably wouldn't do because you don't want to be caught. What are some careers that are ruled out for you?
Game show host.
Yeah, okay.
Okay.
What's something that's pretty popular? that people are
President
doing now?
of a country.
Okay, how far down that list would you have to get before you said having a YouTube cooking show?
Dude, I literally was about to say YouTube star.
Well, that is what happened in this case. Italian mafia fugitive caught in Dominican Republic after police find his YouTube cooking show. The alleged gangster's love for Italian cuisine and tattoo ink made his arrest possible, Italian police said. Isn't this hilarious?
Isn't that crazy? Somebody told you all you have to do is just
You got away with it.
disappear.
Yeah,
You don't have to
you're
do
out.
anything.
You're in the DR,
And you're
man.
like, YouTube looks like it's a fun time.
that
I wanna
Gordon
get on
Ramsay,
there.
that Gordon Ramsay, man.
I
He's
love cooking and teaching cooking.
barbecue,
Ugh.
pasta.
It's like unbelievable,
Here we
right?
go. Stanley Tucci's not the only one with a popular Italian cooking show, it would seem. A mafia fugitive has been arrested in the DR after inadvertently tipping off police with his culinary hobby. After 7 years on the run, Mark Farron Claude Biart was tracked down through a YouTube cooking channel he started with his wife, Italian police said. The alleged gangster's, quote, love for Italian cuisine made his arrest possible. Though he carefully hid his face during the videos, Biart failed to disguise a distinctive giveaway, his body tattoo.
Dude, I would just dress like you remember those guys that would go to hockey games and mess with the people in the
Beekeeper's outfits.
No, but they go in all green like they were a giant Sharpie.
Yeah, like they're blue.
Yeah, I would do
man
that.
group.
Or I would go totally in costume.
What's it called? The things that the
Johnny, how about this? You know
Muslim women wear? What are those things called? The burqas? Yeah, just wear a burqa.
why not just go
I always thought, dude, if I was on the lam, like running from the law, I would wear a burqa just everywhere.
I would
like
go
Eric
furry,
Rudolph,
dude.
Eric Rudolph could have the way you know people aren't allowed to ask you about that shit now because of political correctness. You know, like Eric Rudolph, who was the guy who did the Olympic Park bombing in Atlanta, was hiding, starving in the mountains of North Carolina. He could have lived a healthy, normal life with
As
his
a furry.
Yeah, as a furry, or
He
as
could have
a,
gone as
you know,
like a squirrel or
yeah, but
a
a
beaver,
furry draws
woodchuck.
attention. Burqa, you know, nobody's gonna ask you any shit about it. You go to New York, go to Brooklyn.
Yeah, but for a cooking show, you go as a furry? That's a demographic that's untouched. People like to have sex dressed as furries who want to cook food.
Police said that they believe Biart is a member of the notorious Ndrangheta crime syndicate. I'm sure I butchered that. One of the most feared and powerful in Europe. And let's see, he had been wanted for allegedly trafficking cocaine from the Netherlands in 2014. He's 53 years old.
Oh, he's on the run for blow?
Yeah, that sucks. He'd been living in the DR for the past 5 years.
I love that, living in the DR.
And police
Hanging out far.
Police said he'd been keeping a low profile during his stay in the Caribbean, besides his cooking videos posted to the internet. He was known to locals simply as Mark. And was that his real name? Yeah, that is his real name. That's interesting. He was going by his real name. Doesn't seem like he's keeping
Isn't that crazy? You're getting arrested for coke in Latin America.
Yeah, really.
Couldn't you arrest everybody?
Yeah, it's so dumb, dude.
I mean, half the fucking continent is drug mules.
It's like getting arrested for public sex in Reseda, you know, where all those porns just in the valley.
Well, it's like my joke about Johnny. They busted the Mexican cartels trying to smuggle weed into California. It's like, we have weed. We don't need you to smuggle it into America.
Yeah, that's
you know?
stupid.
It's like trying to smuggle butt plugs into West Hollywood.
That's it. Okay.
Johnny, what about the fact that, did you see that there's been people complaining, I think it was in New Mexico, about how now we're not making crystal meth in America?
Oh, yeah. It's
That we're
more,
importing
losing-
crystal meth?
More lost jobs to
More
where?
lost jobs,
Where
man.
did these jobs go?
And then,
Mexico?
like, dude, back in the day, the purity was better. Now this purity with this fucking cartel meth. Man, we don't even make our own meth anymore. Like, I didn't know how to take that.
This shit don't even rot your teeth, man. I have all my teeth. I've been doing meth for 3 years. Does that sound right to you?
It's just like so funny.
That's good.
And dude, I saw an ad one time that they said that meth had gluten in it.
Well, that's a market now. That's an opportunity. Gluten-free meth. You got to figure that out.
It's like you gotta get your meth from Whole Foods.
Yeah. Listen, I will not take any meth that has gluten.
Did I ever tell you about the time I met a female comic in a certain area? I'm not gonna say where it was. It was out of the state.
Okay.
And she was coming to the California, LA, and I was like, hey, I'll get you some gigs. And she like, hey, you're in. She's like, hey, I'm in town. I'm like, cool. I'm like, you want to do some gigs? She's like, well, I'm really looking for ice cream. I go, oh, okay. Like, what kind of ice cream are you looking for? Are you looking for like frozen yogurt? She's like, no,
Like pink berries?
ice cream, dude. I go, okay, what? Like TCBY?
Yogurt Land. I recommend
she goes,
Yogurt
no,
Land.
drugs, dude. I go,
What is ice cream?
when
What is
did
that?
they start
Is that meth?
calling Coke ice cream? She goes, no, dude, meth. I go, I met you one time. Like, how soon do you have that meth discussion?
I think maybe she Googled Sam Tripoli. Was the problem
That's
there.
a good point, Johnny. That's a good point. It was like one time I was in Atlanta playing this one comedy club, and these two chicks who basically heckled me the whole time came up to me with very like let's get it on eyes.
Oh, really?
And I'm like, hey, what are you ladies doing tonight? They're like, nothing, just looking for heroin. I go, what? What?
That's too soon. Yeah.
I like, dude, you just met me. I mean, how do you know I'm not doing this undercover?
Yeah, that's tough, man.
I mean, like, dude, how long do you know somebody before you ask for heroin?
That's a rough one. Yeah, that's because people who are really hooked on heroin, I mean, they need it right away. So I guess your inhibitions are limited when you're in that situation. What's interesting to me about this story is this guy, apparently, this Lieutenant Colonel Massimiliano Galasso, had a real hard-on for this guy and had been searching for him for years. And he had been alerted by the guys. So they knew it was his wife, by the way. They were tracking his wife, and they said they were alerted by his wife's YouTube activity and tracked him down by that. So it was basically his wife's fault, it sounds like. Anyway, that's interesting. Big mistake. If you're trying to hide from the police, don't do that. This is an interesting story. This tells you how times have changed, okay? There's this guy in Cardiff, Wales. He's a pensioner now. He's an old age guy, you know.
He's a what?
A pensioner. That's what they say for like old people. They're
People on
they're getting
the
their pensions.
retirement pension.
Yeah, they're on like
pensioner.
pensioner, yeah. And
That sounds like like some from Dungeons and Dragons, by the way.
When he was 19 in 1965, he was with the assistance of two Irish guys, mailed in a crate from Australia to London, and he's trying to search for these guys that helped him mail himself in a crate from Australia to London. Isn't this crazy?
I think that is the scariest thing I've ever heard.
Brian Robson,
How old is he?
it doesn't say how old he is now, but he was 19 at the time, so you do the math there, decided to proceed with what is regarded as the stupid plan to reach home in Wales in 1965. After about 11 months in Australia, he was feeling desperate to get home. His earnings of £40 a month while working for the Victorian Railways were not enough to cover a plane ticket, which would have been £700. And after long deliberation, two of his friends, also his colleagues who happened to be Irish, assisted him in packing himself into a box the size of a mini fridge. Unbelievable. The box was nailed shut and sent off as a cargo on a Qantas flight from Melbourne, Australia to London in the UK.
How do you shit? How do you shit?
You don't shit.
You do, oh, Johnny, was this guy U.S. Space Camp?
What? A lot of people don't shit every day.
Really?
Some people only shit 2 to 3 days on average, yeah. Every 2 to 3 days. How many times do you shit?
I shit like at least once a day.
At least once a day, okay.
At least once.
That's good. It's healthy. But a lot of
Sometimes I
people-
bang it out even more.
A lot of people don't. No, it's different. That's something that's highly variable. I've learned.
Oh my God, are we the number one fucking?
Bowel movement podcast.
Yeah, I'm down with that.
let's see. Brian said he actually needed those guys to help him out because they had access to a typewriter, which was needed to fill out all the paperwork to get him sent off to get mailed off. This is unbelievable. Brian actually brought in pillows with him inside the small box and a flashlight and a book containing Beatles music. His suitcase, 2 bottles, one filled with water and the other meant for urine. He's now 75. Here it is. And he's not expecting an expensive trip, but he does want to fly down there and check it out and see if he can find these guys. Here is him. I can't believe this is the box he was in. Surely not. This is him kind of demonstrating with the gayest shoes I've ever seen in my life. No offense to gay people here, because once they see these shoes, they'll disagree. But look at this. This is him explaining kind of how he got. That can't be. He wasn't in that, surely. But he was in a box, and he's showing how he kind of crouched in there. Isn't that funny?
Dude, oh my God. Dude, he had to crouch like that? Dude, that's wanting it, dude.
That's the kind of
How
shit you
long
can do
was
at
that trip, though? That's the
kind
question.
of shit you can do at 19 that you can't do anymore.
How long is that?
Yeah, that's what I'm looking for.
How long is that trip?
Let
Is
me
that a 2-day trip? 3-day trip? I'd lose my
it's
skull.
Okay. When the plane stopped in Sydney and was left upside down for 22 hours. Oh, I see. They put a this side up thing, but they left the crate upside down for 2 hours. 22 hours, sorry. Oh, my God. How long was this flight? Wait a minute. 4-day long experience, Sam. 4 days in this thing. He was left upside down for 2 hours.
And then his pee bag shoots on him.
Well, it's in a
his
bottle,
poop
so
bag. Where's he shitting into it? Was he?
I don't think he. I think
was
he
he
held
a
it.
marksman
I think he held it, dude. You gotta
for
hold it.
4 days?
You gotta hold it, man. You know I held it for a week at Space Camp when I was a kid.
I question that.
It's absolute. Why would I lie? It's embarrassing. Why would I lie
Because
about it?
you think you're cool.
That's not cool.
You know what this story reminds me of? The loss of a fucking icon, DMX.
Oh, bummer.
Major bummer.
Huge bummer. Yeah, I was really hoping he would pull through, man.
Dude, I mean, man.
OD, huh? Did you see?
I don't know
I'm
if
not a
it's
big
that.
fan of Steven Crowder. That's what the news said.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's the news.
Oh, yeah, good point. Did you see Steve? Oh, I see what you're saying. Okay.
You know,
Rest in peace,
one of
Tina.
our favorite people on the planet. I don't know about your favorite, but mine
So funny,
is
dude.
our good friend Larry Johnson, who's been on our
Yeah,
podcast
love Larry
before.
Johnson, yeah.
He's been going off on these rappers that DMX was calling out,
Oh yeah.
and
Yeah, I
how they're
forgot
all
about
like,
that.
"Rest in peace, bro. Rest in peace." Like the big one is P Diddy. Like I mean, you hear stories about that guy.
Yeah. He's hooked up with some darkness. Yeah.
Yeah, and like all the stuff that goes on behind closed doors. Like, dude, where was it? Who made the most money? And remember we showed that?
Yeah, it
Who
was
made
him,
the
by
He
far.
made the second most.
Yeah,
You're
I
like-
mean, he produces everything though. So I mean, he's a producer on everything you want to know about.
Right,
from the
right,
90s
right,
and
right. But
2000s.
it's like, look how much money he's making. But it's always that off. You know, you hear about that stuff. So, DMX, rest in peace. You easily were one of the best jams out there, dude. One of the best jams, dude.
Yeah, and kind of a funny guy too. I mean, like if you ever heard him interviewed, he's a great personality, smart guy, really lucid thinker.
Seemed like DMX had gotten back on track. Remember there was that slow
Yeah.
time where he's kind of like, as like a lot of entertainers do, partying a little too much. I mean, like, rumor is he has 15 kids.
15?
15. Dude, that dude never pulled out, ever. That guy was like, hey, dude, you want a piece?
Or he just put up Wilt Chamberlain numbers, dude.
Well, I mean, dude.
Because think about it, dude. The pill has a failure rate of, what is it, like 90%, 96%? I mean, a success rate, what, 96%? You're putting up thousands of numbers, man.
I mean, but dude, a rapper, how much ass is a rapper getting?
Okay, let's see what condom failure, even if he used condoms. Which,
Dude, hold on.
Come on.
Do you think...
The failure rate for condoms used correctly at every act of intercourse, that means you're sober and you're doing it right, is 3%. So if he's putting up, let's say he just had sex with 100 women, that's 3 kids.
Johnny, do you think a rapper, do you think rappers use condoms?
No, fuck no.
Yeah.
No.
I mean, this guy was in it.
No, they use lawyers to pay off women
Yeah.
to have
I mean,
abortions.
we'll see what happens. We'll see when DMX Jr. comes out.
This to me, I don't know if this story's real, but you know, there's a saying in news, dude. It's called "too good to verify."
Yeah.
And this story is just a little. That means it's like you get somebody.
You don't
tells-
want to verify it?
Somebody sends you a story that's just too good. You don't want to call and see if it's actually.
Yeah.
like,
You
confirm
just
it.
want to believe.
Yeah, you just want to print,
Okay, what
print
is
the
it?
legend. Here's the headline. Bodybuilder who is in a throuple, that's 3 people, with sex dolls, says that his 2 partners have fallen in love. And I guess left him out of it.
Hold on.
Just look at
The
this
sex dolls are in love with each other, and they
with
want
each
nothing
other.
to do with him.
Look at this picture. I don't know if they don't want nothing to do with him, but look, just check this picture out, dude, of this guy. Look at him. That's just him with his sex doll.
I
here.
just like, what is your thoughts about that fur? I mean, like, I got fur, dude, but I'm not at that level.
You got to take that down a notch.
Yeah, you got to, dude. I
mean, that's like a werewolf.
like to me, dude, the shoulder hair like that bad is the equivalent of women having armpit hair,
Nipple hair. Yeah.
right? Or nipple hair. You're right. I mean, just pay somebody, take it down.
I went to high school with a girl who had a full blown like. Some women get hair like under their chin. And
Oh,
she
yeah,
had
I
a
see that all the time.
full-blown, like a full blown goat under there, like
Yeah.
goatee.
How old was she?
High school, man.
And nobody said anything?
Not to her face. Yeah, I mean, people said a lot, but just none of them to her face.
Dude, I was like in 8th grade with a full-blown mustache, and my friends held me down and fucking shaved it. They're like, get rid of it, dude. It
Wait,
looks
did it
stupid.
look bad, or they
No,
just
well, they
jealous?
were just like, hey,
probably-
dude, you're too young to have a full-blown mustache.
Yeah.
But I'm like, who's going to
We had
buy
a
us
guy
beer?
we had a guy like that in 9th grade that just had a full blown
Yeah,
beard,
yeah,
and everybody called
yeah.
him Beardy.
Yeah,
we
yeah.
were really creative.
yeah,
in high
yeah,
school
yeah,
years.
yeah.
Okay, so bodybuilder who's in a throuple with 2 sex dolls says that his partners have fallen in love with each other. Yuri Tolochko is back at it again after announcing that he had taken a second sex doll wife, Lola, while his old sex doll wife, Margot, was in repair. It said that he is now in a throuple with Lola and another
My
sex doll,
question is this.
Luna.
Does this guy have a PR agent? Like, is he releasing like fucking like PR like releases?
He claims that he spends time with both of them together as well as separately. And I guess they spend time separately also with each other.
I mean, like, part of me is like, dude, what the fuck? And the other part of me is like, dude, find happiness wherever you can.
These are direct quotes from this guy. So me and Luna get along great. Lola fell in love with Luna. I give each of them a separate time, but the 3 of us together are also having fun. Luna is so babe, so honey. I just want to hug her and not let go. P.S. By the way, I am often asked how a doll differs from a living woman. In addition to the fact that she can be for a long time in different poses, and you can realize a variety of fantasies, she also... I'm putting the camera on you. She also has a unique pussy.
A unique pussy.
That's what the guys. There are elements that a living woman does not have, and you just fly into space when you play with her.
I mean, it's like,
What could
what's
he
the
be talking
difference
about?
between a real woman,
Like vibrating
and-
or something?
Yeah, I mean, it's got that snapping pussy, dog. I don't know, dude.
Yeah, they don't.
I don't know
they
how
open
I
their
feel
mouth for
about
one
this,
reason,
dude.
and it's not
like
to talk.
It's like the woman who wanted to marry like 15 ghosts. You kind of like,
Go with God. Yeah.
it's just like, hey, dude, you do you. It's kind of creepy.
Godspeed.
It's like making the most of your loneliness. That's kind of how I see it, right? It's like you found a way not to be lonely.
Yeah.
And these
for
2
you.
smoke show dolls that he supposedly has, right? What if a real woman shows up?
Oh, that's like a Lars and the Real Girl situation there. I guess you got to go with the real girl. I think this is a guy who just can't get a woman, right? And then if he ever
Well, I
did-
mean, like, let's show him. Let's look at him real quick. I don't think he's that bad looking. I mean, just shave your back and you're fine. But there are women who would be fine with you having a full-on bear coat.
I mean, there's the guy.
Like, he's not bad looking. Those nipples are super uncomfortable, right?
You know what it looks like? It honestly looks like he clamps his nipples.
Yeah, I wouldn't doubt that. Or those guys, or
They
those
clamp his
real
nipples?
dolls
Yeah.
have like adjustable jaws, right?
Yeah. You just like,
Yeah, I mean,
there's
dude,
there's like a bolt you turn in the back. That
Those
tightens it down.
nipples by themselves is why he's single. I mean, like, I think women could look at a lot of things.
Yeah.
I don't think if
look-
you got fucking, if you have like, you know, like fucking spouts on your tits.
He looks like one of those guys that wears at the gym. You know those tank tops that just like hang down to
Yeah,
his belly
yeah,
button,
yeah,
basically.
yeah,
He's gross.
Yeah, I mean,
No, I can see it, man. He's
just shave your back, bro. If I was Manscaped, I'd go right in there going, let's sponsor you.
That's the weirdest story I've seen. This is I just thought this was a cool little video for us to watch here. This was in the news. You may have seen it this week. Did you see this giant? I don't know if it's just a. They're saying it's a giant lizard in the Guardian thing. No real need to hear the audio for this, but do you see this?
Oh, dude, and they're taking pictures. That's like a Komodo dragon.
I know
dog.
they're supposed to be really dangerous, right?
Yeah.
Like if they bite you, the bacteria in their mouth just kills you instantly.
But by the way, that's the closest you'll ever get to Godzilla.
Well, that's what the headline was. It was like Godzilla climbs around and.
But here's the thing. The thing that sucks is they'll probably go in there and kill it, right? When they just need to tranquilize it.
I bet they'll capture it and release it probably.
And like, dude, it's like put down the camera, like Johnny.
Look at it. It went and hid on that top shelf, isn't that neat?
And then it's like pissed, dude.
It's like, leave me alone, dude.
And those are fast, right?
Oh yeah, they're supposed to
Like
be really
this
fast.
chunky chick taking a camera, you're gonna get nailed by this
she
thing
has
if
no
it.
idea. Yeah.
What are you, stupid?
She has no idea what danger she's in.
Dude, I would shit my pants because like that's not an alligator, but that's close enough.
Godzilla, just hit that real quick. That was great, huh?
Yeah,
I thought when I saw that, dude, and I saw the beginning where they got all these little conspiracy like tidbits, and I thought they made this fucking movie for Sam, and I knew instantly that bullshit you were talking during the trailer about there being a Mecha Godzilla was going to be right. I was like, okay, this is the movie he thought it was going to be. This is exactly it.
Well, it was like the nerd dorks.
Yeah, you were breaking down the trailer, and you were like, see that right there? That's not Godzilla. That's Mecha Godzilla.
Yeah.
And I was like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Listen, that was the greatest movie. It was the greatest. As long as you go in there knowing what you're gonna watch.
No, dude, that's why a lot of movies suck, and why that one was good is because it's everything it was trying to be.
Yeah, it wasn't just meant. It just wasn't meant to be more than it was, which is just action.
It was a popcorn movie, man.
Yeah, and it was
by definition.
and it was great, dude. I want to see more King Kong, Godzilla teaming up and fighting things. I love monster movies. It was great, and let me tell you, it was so funny seeing all these conspiracy theorists.
Yeah.
Thinking that they're like, whoa, conspiracy podcast, just like I got. And it was like, that to me shows you how powerful that genre has gotten.
That it got into a movie like
Dude,
this?
think about what was in that movie, Johnny.
Yeah, Hollow Earth.
Hollow Earth, The Firmament.
The Firmament, yeah.
Okay. What else is there? Government secret programs.
Cryptids, cryptozoology.
Yeah, 100%. What else is there? Evil government, deep state.
Yeah, like hidden like projects, like secret
Asian hate is CGI.
But yeah, when I saw that I thought, oh, I bet so you really liked it then.
Dude, it was everything I wanted it to be.
That's what I thought it probably was going to be.
I just hope they can find somebody for Godzilla to bang.
I want one of them to reproduce.
I
was really hoping when he went down
out
to
of
the
nowhere,
underworld, there'd be like a female Godzilla with like long nipples.
Can we get him a chick and then we got baby Godzilla?
What's
baby King Kong?
What's the story? Is that they're just supposed to be the last of the Titans or
Yeah,
whatever?
the last of their generation.
And then once they die, it's over. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
Dude, that was straight up WrestleMania. How great was it?
Yeah, it was great.
He comes in out of nowhere and they just fuck him up. And then he gets that axe. I loved it, dude.
Yeah,
There's nothing about that movie I didn't like.
I wish at the end we could have gotten a hint of like some other like King Kong or something like that.
Or how about the end if we could get like at the end of WrestleMania and where like Hogan and Macho Man would stand in the middle of the ring? I'd be like, yeah, and everyone goes crazy, right?
That's funny. Okay, you hear about these people? Just a couple left. This is from Channel 10 in Boston. You hear about?
By the way, did you see how they killed the chick with the big tits?
Yeah, I'm sorry they did that. Yeah.
You right?
Yeah, I could have kept her around.
And like it's just like the movie is what it's meant to be. Stop looking for death, right? Stop trying to understand the story.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like
right. That doesn't make sense. It's not meant to make sense. It's like movie magic. It's
By
like
the way, if that
King
one guy,
Kong and Godzilla is about as believable as the new Sex and the City movie they want to do, where a bunch of 55-year-old chicks are going around banging everybody.
that guy with the book, who's like the blonde hair guy, who's like kind of the center of the movie, he would totally have been on your podcast in real life. If that guy existed.
He's like, dude, you got to understand, there's a hollow Earth, bro, and in that hollow Earth, there are other animals. It's a whole ecosystem.
done the computations, man.
Yeah, I've done
My
it.
brother died trying to go down there.
Yeah. Antarctica, bro.
The
We're
ice
going-
wall.
Didn't they go to Antarctica?
Yeah, the ice wall, I think the
Yeah,
ice wall, yeah.
dude. Come on, man.
Also, that whole thing where the gravity was like you got to go down and then it flips. That was awesome. Yeah, that was
Dude,
great. They really did a good
it was a great
job.
movie. It nailed it, dude.
Yeah.
When you're not trying to be more than you have to be.
They treated it just seriously enough to make it work.
Right.
Yeah.
And just enough to be like, okay, dude, we respect that you like these movies.
Yeah, it's not insulting to the viewer.
Yeah,
right?
it's like
so much entertainment
It's
is
not
insulting.
trying to make it's like it's not the new Charlie's Angels where they're like, fuck the audience for this. We're gonna reach this woke audience, and nobody watched it.
And it's also not like the new Star Wars or the first one anyway, where they're just trying to jerk off. It's obviously just a remake of the first. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
like there's some new shit. It's a spin, a different
It's
take.
like, well,
on
it's
Godzilla.
honest to the fans.
Yeah. Star Wars got fucked every way. They got fucked in that way by doing too much fan service, and then they got fucked the other way by trying to make it just a complete woke hack job shit show. Anyway, this is from you hear about this happening to women, and you think, okay, has that ever really happened? Well, here's an example of it. Channel 10 in Boston, Massachusetts woman didn't know she was pregnant for 9 months. Quote: "There's a baby in the toilet." This is what her quote.
That
was.
happens. I don't believe it, but it happens.
For Melissa Surgekoff and her fiance Donnie Campbell, March 8th started out like any other day until Surgekoff suddenly started feeling intense cramping and pain. I called 911 because we thought she was passing a kidney stone, her fiance said. The couple from Peabody had been together for 7 years, though health issues from following Campbell's traumatic brain injury and Surgekoff's multiple sclerosis. Although they've got health problems. Anyway, after their 2020 wedding was delayed, they put off starting a family, or so they thought.
But he's still hitting it.
We always wanted our ducks in a row. We wanted to get married. We wanted to move out. We wanted to have the right jobs. But little Liam had other plans.
Yeah.
We were just kind of in shock and not expecting it. And all of a sudden, there's a baby in the toilet.
Plot twist. It's DMX's kid.
Bloop. As it turns out, Surgekoff wasn't passing kidney stones. The EMTs came. They were looking for this kidney stone, and it ended up being a baby. Isn't that crazy? I want to see what she looks like. We got to see this.
I mean, you gotta be pretty thick not to see a baby,
She
right?
looks like she might just be a normal-sized woman, though.
Yeah, I don't buy it.
Well, here, let's just look at this, because that's what I'm thinking. You got to be like one of those 600-pound women not to notice a baby, but she doesn't look like
Yeah, she looks normal.
like a normal. I mean, you gain some weight when you're pregnant, but hold on.
He's like, I had to look right into her vagina.
Can you? I mean, and you hear about women who have this immense pain and labor for hours and hours and hours, and this woman just bloop right in the toilet. I mean, can you? What is that?
She's got a wide set, bro.
Yeah, that's what. Yeah.
got a wide set.
Her guy must feel really inadequate. You know?
Or he's just got a monster hog.
be,
God give
yeah.
it, God take
Yeah.
it.
What if he did that?
Like, hey, you got scoliosis, but here's 10 pounds of dick.
Turns out your dick like plowed the way for this. Here she is. Here she is. Not like a 600-pound woman. No, she's not. You can see her there. Let me skip ahead. Okay, here she is.
The baby's got, yeah. Oh, is he okay?
Yeah, listen. Yeah, his head has got a scratch on it. Oh, come on. Just show the woman.
Okay. At 20 weeks punching, kicking.
She must just think she had
just
gas.
thought it was a burrito. Babies are the best, dude. They're the best. That baby is
there she is.
freaking the fuck
Anyway,
out.
yeah, she doesn't look like a woman that you would expect to have a surprise baby anyway.
Yeah.
This is from, sometimes, Sam, we see things that are racist and they're not really racist. You know, that's what happens in woke culture. Then sometimes we see shit that is this. This is from The Mirror. A racist spectacle. Swedish culture minister slammed for blackface cake. Now look at this fucking cake, dude. How could it be taken any other way? Like, sometimes you're like, dude, it's just a Halloween costume.
What is that?
What
dude?
the fuck, bro?
But don't you understand, like, that's what they talk about, the creepy shit, dude? Like, how creepy is that cake? That's like a dude.
And her smile on her face, bro.
Yeah, I mean, come on, man. I mean,
Like nobody gets away with that.
That's the creepiest cake I've ever seen. Everybody in that room is creepy. It's just like, I don't like any of that. It's like scary, dude.
A top Swedish.
Go down. Look at that. Oh my.
Oh, it's a real person's head sticking up through the table. That's what you're seeing there?
No.
That's a real head. Yeah, for sure. And then this is the cake down here.
I disagree with that, Johnny. I think that's a
No,
cake
look
too.
in the mouth. Look.
Go up, Johnny.
Look, see the mouth right there? See the teeth? It's got fake teeth on the outside, the painting.
Oh, and someone's
And then
eating
there's-
it?
No, it's a real. See, she's feeding him cake.
real
that
dude.
person.
That's a
Yeah,
real dude.
Yeah, that's a real dude.
Okay, you're an idiot. And, you know,
Wait, oh, hold on. Look at this now. It says, Lena Adelson Lilleroth smiles as she cuts a piece of the, quote, genital mutilation cake. Okay, here we go. A top Swedish politician is at the center of a race row storm after she was pictured cutting up a cake depicting a naked black woman. Minister of Culture Lena Adelson was pictured enacting female genital mutilation on the racial stereotype cake, prompting calls for her. So it's funny. She was trying to do something good if you take it at face value. She was trying to say, hey, we are against female genital mutilation.
Oh, come on,
Let's
man.
act it out on a cake.
that could be the dumb.
That's the dumbest
Do you
excuse
understand
I've ever heard
that
of.
just because you have certain positions does not mean you're smart. Who is at that meeting? Who is at that meeting? Who is at that meeting and no one goes,
Look at them in the background.
The chance of this backfiring is really big.
Look at all of them in the background. Just see, shoot. There's no guy. Do you see any guy in the corner? Maybe this guy right here is looking away like, what the fuck is she doing?
Yeah.
That's the one guy.
It's just like, isn't it just like Chelsea Handler going, you got to vote for Biden, you're black. Isn't that the equivalent of this?
Here it is again. Yeah, because you can see the mouth is closed this time of the person. So it's a real person's head, a real woman's head. And then there's this.
But this is also done to get us all fighting. I mean, like, dude, common sense isn't common. Johnny,
Obviously not.
Johnny, pitch that to me.
What do you mean?
Pitch this cake to me.
Okay. So, culture minister, we've had a thought.
I'm excited. I'm excited. My birthday's coming. Are you guys gonna do something big for my birthday?
We're all a little concerned about the issue of female genital mutilation.
Okay,
and
we
your
all
birthday's
are.
coming up.
Okay, I'm excited.
So we thought we could
You
combine
give me
the two,
gifts?
get out a message. Right?
Okay, let's do this.
We're gonna get you a cake.
Yeah. Okay, I love this so
we're
far.
We're thinking a big cake. all
Big
right?
cake. Okay.
Like-
I mean, well, some of the girls in the
big.
office won't eat that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
They want to
yeah.
put a little weight on that ass. Am I right?
Yeah, you're right.
Come on.
Well, let's be a little more PC if we can. Okay, I don't appreciate that kind of language. Anyway.
Okay.
There's,
I'm sorry. Did I make you uncomfortable?
A little bit, but
Okay,
I won't
my
be-
apologies,
I will
'cause
not
this
take
is
it
a
to
safe
HR
space.
this time. This is a warning.
This is a safe
Consider this
space.
your warning. So
I'm gonna write myself up.
in the town we have the award-winning custom cake bakery.
Love them. I got my kid a SpongeBob one
Well-
time. It looked exactly like SpongeBob.
Yeah, you saw them. They're known for the circumcision cake at the temple down the street. Yeah, they did that. So we got an idea from that. We were like, "What is one of the things you hate more than anything in the world?" Culture
Female
minister.
circumcision.
Female genital mutilation. Right.
Okay,
So we were
yeah.
thinking we would marry female genital mutilation with your birthday and have a cake of a woman, and you would cut the cake and mutilate her genitals. What do you think?
Is there anything more I need to know about this cake?
Well, interesting. Yes, it will be black,
Black.
like a black African,
Okay.
and we're gonna put, because it's anybody who's ever tried to draw anything, it's so hard to get a face right.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So we're just gonna have a real person's head stuck through there, and we're gonna paint that black too. And
Paint what?
the head of the person
Their-
black.
their
It's gonna be a
face?
real face of a person painted,
Painted black. Black face.
Yeah, and we're saying black, like real black,
Like black. Like not like
cocoa,
Not like
no.
a lot of put too much almond milk in the
right.
coffee.
Do you know who Al Jolson is? The guy who did blackface dancing, tap dancing.
You're gonna make me a blackface cake.
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, you got me like, get the fuck out of here! Get out of here, right? Someone's like, dude, sounds good. Where do I sign off on it, right? I mean, like, what are you, dude, what are you doing?
This isn't it. Yeah. If you take it at face and that's what it is, then it's the idea.
If you take it at what, blackface?
If you take it at blackface value, it's just what happened. It came in under this banner of female genital mutilation. That's wanting to get out the awareness, and people just went we can't question that. We can't question that. That's the only way this gets through.
Yeah.
Anyway, I thought that would that's the finale here for our news and our podcast. Okay, so
But guys, come see me in Arizona and Indiana. Johnny, thank you for letting me be on your podcast. Guys, rate and review.
Please.
Rate and review. Rate and review.
Please, it helps really. See you next time.
See you on Rockfin.